Hi guys, welcome back to Big Quiz TV. And if you're new here, it's wonderful to have you. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments on my last video. It really incentivized me to try and make this one as interesting as possible. And heads up, this one is quite a difficult quiz. Also, I did get a really polite comment just suggesting that they actually did prefer the music. We're not throwing a spanner in the works, as I think you said. And so I've decided to use the music again because no one else really complained about it. So if you find it a little bit distracting, I'm sorry, but I think it is here to stay. So best of luck, and let's go into our rounds. So tonight's rounds are going to be Which Two, a picture round, movie ratings, Wheel of Fortune, and general knowledge. Now, you might have noticed that there are 3 brand new rounds here, the Which Two, the movie ratings, and the Wheel of Fortune. So when we get there, I'll explain what to do. If you're new here, we do 2 rounds and then I show you the answers, so make sure you stick around so that you're able to tally up your score. Let's go straight into our first round, Which Two? So for this question, I'm going to ask you something and then I'm going to give you multiple choice answers. For example, I might ask you, of these answers, which 2 ships did not sink? And you would just have to pick out the 2. Each ship that you point out counts as half a point, and there are 10 questions, so overall there are 10 points up for grabs still in this first round. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to answer each. Question 1. Which 2 singers have not had a UK #1 single this year, 2024? Taylor Swift, Eminem, Charli XCX, Ray, Beyonce, Dua Lipa. Number 2. Which 2 were never kings of France? Charles the Fat, Pitt the Elder, Odo, Louis VIII, Ivan the Terrible, Charles the Simple. Question 3. Which 2 battles did not take place in World War I? The Battle of Britain, the Battle of the Somme, the Battle of Midway, the Battle of Jutland, the Battle of Verdun, and the Battle of Amiens. Question 4. Which 2 celebrities have not been to prison? Mark Wahlberg, Pharrell Williams, Kiefer Sutherland, O.J. Simpson, Cardi B, and Ja Rule. Question 5. Which 2 actresses never starred in A Star Is Born? Judy Garland, Vivien Leigh, Bette Davis, Janet Gaynor, Barbra Streisand, Lady Gaga. Question 6. Which 2 artists never collaborated with Paul McCartney on a song? Rihanna, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, David Bowie, Kanye West, Whitney Houston. Question 7. Which 2 car brands are not Ford cars? Mustang, Fiesta, Bronco Sport, Everest, Kygo, Laguna. Question 8. Which 2 singers never released a version of the song White Christmas? Christina Aguilera, Meghan Trainor, Gwen Stefani, Beyonce, Michael Bublé, Bing Crosby. Question 9. Which two figures have not been on the cover of Time magazine? Jimmy Carter, Frank Sinatra, Wallis Simpson, Charles de Gaulle, Adolf Hitler, King Edward VIII. And final question of this round, which two words do not mean good morning in another language? Sabah al-khair, buenas noches, arrivederci, suprapata, buongiorno, and bon dia. And that's the end of round 1, which takes us into round 2, picture round. Now for this you're not going to need me, but I will give you 10 seconds on each. If you need extra time, obviously for any of these questions, all you need to do is click that pause button. I'll see you on the other side. Best of luck, guys. And that's the end of round 2, which brings us into our round 1 answers for which two. So the people who did not have a UK #1 single this year were Ray and Dua Lipa. The two that were never Kings of France were Pitt the Elder and Ivan the Terrible. The two battles that did not take place in World War I were the Battle of Britain and the Battle of Midway, which were both in World War II. The two celebrities who have not been to prison are Pharrell Williams and Cardi B. Even though they may have had some run-ins with the law, they've never been to prison. The two actresses who never starred in A Star is Born were Vivien Leigh and Bette Davis. The two artists who have never collaborated on a song with Paul McCartney is David Bowie and Whitney Houston. The two car brands that are not Ford cars are Kygo and Laguna. The two singers that never released a version of White Christmas were Beyoncé and Christina Aguilera, though Christina Aguilera and Beyoncé have both released many different Christmas songs, never White Christmas. The two figures who have not been on Time magazine were Charles de Gaulle and King Edward VIII. And finally, the two words that do not mean good morning are Buenas noches and Arrivederci. And let's go into our round 2 answers, the picture round. This singer is Noah Cyrus. This is of course the Golden Gate Bridge. This sports person is Russell Wilson. This dog is a poodle. This actor is called Jacob Elordi. This is Somersby cider. This sandal is called a jelly sandal. This accessory is a monocle. This former world leader is Emperor Hirohito. And finally, these are mason jars. Really well done, guys. Let's go into our round 3 for movie ratings. This is a brand new round, so let me explain how you do this. I'm going to show you 2 movies, and all you have to do is guess which has the higher rating on IMDb. Best of luck, guys. Number 1. Which has the highest score on IMDb? The Shawshank Redemption or Titanic? Question 2. Which has the highest score on IMDb? Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2? Question 3. Which has the highest score? The Godfather or Raging Bull? Question 4. Which has the highest score on IMDb? The Hangover or A Million Ways to Die in the West? Question 5. Which has the highest score? Pixels or The Lego Movie? Number 6. Which has the highest score on IMDb? Jack and Jill or Happy Gilmore? Number 7. Which has the highest score? Alien 1 or Alien 2? Question 8. Which has the highest score on IMDb? Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Age of Ultron? Question 9. Which has the highest score on IMDb? Gone with the Wind or Cleopatra? And final question. Which has the highest score on IMDb? Never Been Kissed or 50 First Dates? And that's the end of round 3. Now, if you're a movie buff, you would have really enjoyed that round. I put in some really obviously terrible movies and really obviously good ones. So if you know your movies, you would have found that easy. But if not, we're going to go into our Wheel of Fortune and see how you fare here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you either a song name or a singer's name or a movie name or a saying. And what I've done is I've put it on a board and taken some of the key letters out. So it's kind of an unfinished saying or singer or song name. All you need to do is try and figure out what I'm saying. Though I'm going to give you 10 seconds for each, I know that you might need a little bit more time. So again, keep hovering over that pause button just in case. Number 1. What movie is this? Number 2. Who is this singer? Number 3. What is the name of this song? Number 4. What is this saying? Number 5. What is this movie? Number 6. Who is this singer? Number 7. What is this song? Number 8. What is this saying? Number 9. What is this movie? And finally, number 10, who is this singer? So that brings us into our round 3 answers for movie ratings. Number 1. Shawshank Redemption was more highly rated than Titanic, with 9.3 out of 10, and Titanic having 7.9. Number 2. Whereas Toy Story 2 scored 7.9, Toy Story overtook it with 8.3. Number 3. The Godfather took the lead with 9.2 out of 10, with Raging Bull still scoring a respectable 8.1. The highest score on IMDb of these 2 movies was The Hangover with 7.7, with A Million Ways to Die in the West scoring 6.1. The highest score of these 2 animated flicks was The Lego Movie with 7.4, with Pixar scoring only 5.6. The highest score of these 2 Adam Sandler movies was Happy Gilmore, scoring 7 out of 10, with Jack and Jill unfortunately only scoring 3.3 out of 10. The highest score of Alien and Aliens was Alien, with 8.5 out of 10, with the second instalment getting 8.4, so a very close score there. The highest score of these 2 Avengers was of course Infinity War, with Infinity War scoring 8.4 and Age of Ultron scoring 7.3. The highest score of Gone with the Wind and Cleopatra was Gone with the Wind, scoring 8.2 and Cleopatra scoring 7. And finally, these 2 Drew Barrymore movies scored 6.8 and 6 respectively, with 50 First Dates taking the lead with 6.8. So that brings us into our Wheel of Fortune answers. Number 1. The movie was 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Number 2. The singer was Billy Joel. Number 3. The song was Simply the Best. Number 4. The saying is the grass is always greener on the other side. Number 5. The movie was Saving Private Ryan. Number 6. The singer was Dolly Parton. Number 7. The song was Cotton Eye Joe. Number 8. The saying was Taking the Moral High Ground. Number 9. The movie was Legends of the Fall. And number 10, the singer was Aretha Franklin. Really well done if you came out with a great score there, because those were some 2 tough rounds. Let's go into general knowledge for our final round of the quiz. Number 1. What is the capital of Panama? Number 2. What is this insect? Number 3. Who is the author of the Twilight series? Number 4. Which country is Malbec from originally? Number 5. Which country is the largest in Africa? Number 6. What was the name of Miley Cyrus's Disney character? Number 7. In which century was William Shakespeare born? Number 8. Who became the UK's PE teacher during lockdown? Number 9. The song When You Wish Upon a Star is from which movie? And number 10. What is a baby rabbit called? And that's our final round finished. Let's go into the answers so you can tally up your score. Number 1. The capital of Panama is Panama City. Number 2. This insect is a praying mantis. Number 3. The author of the Twilight series was Stephenie Meyer. Number 4. Malbec is originally from France. Number 5. Algeria is the largest country in Africa. Number 6. The name of Miley Cyrus's Disney character was Hannah Montana. Number 7. William Shakespeare was born in the 16th century. Number 8. The UK's PE teacher during lockdown was Joe Wicks. Number 9. When You Wish Upon a Star was from Pinocchio. And finally, number 10. A baby rabbit is called a kit. So, which level did you achieve? Remember to comment below, and again, if you have any requests for quizzes, please let me know. I am working on the James Bond round, so that should be up on Monday. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Have a lovely weekend. Bye!